Hey there, Vault Dwellers, Naked Vault Dweller here, and in this video we're going to cover the Fallout 76 Steel Rain quest, The Catalyst, which is the last quest in the quest line. So if you like how-tos, tips and tricks, walkthroughs, the occasional dad jokes, some locker room humor, you are definitely in the right place. So take this moment, hit the subscribe button down below, like the video, and hit that notification icon. That way you'll be one of the first to know whenever I release a video in the future. Okay, so just like all our other quests, this one's going to start back at Fort Atlas, so you'll want to travel there first. When you arrive at Fort Atlas, go ahead and head upstairs. You'll find Palladin Ramani, Knight Shin, and Scribe Valdez interrogating Dr. Blackburn. And during the course of the interrogation, Palladin Ramani really tries to take the path less traveled by trying to pursue an answer through Dr. Blackburn. Knight Shin, on the other hand, doesn't have anything he wants to hear from Dr. Blackburn, so he just wants to kill him. Scribe Valdez, being the voice of reason, thinks that we need to listen to Dr. Blackburn to see what he has to say. And by the way, some NVD opinion here. I really like the character Scribe Valdez. I'm not much of a Brotherhood of Steel kind of follower, but I really like the character and what she brings to the Brotherhood of Steel. It kind of unites this whole party that they have going on here. Anyway, Dr. Blackburn basically describes an area that's at Wes Tek that has a lab underneath it. He basically tells the rest of the group that he is the only one that can stop the virus from spreading. And as always, Palladin Ramani and Knight Shin bicker between each other, and Scribe Valdez jumps in and says, listen, get your act together guys, you're going to Wes Tek. So your next location is going to be Wes Tek Research Center, located right here on the map. When you reach Wes Tek, it should be guarded by level appropriate super mutants. Just work your way to the front door and go inside. Once you're inside, it's actually just a quick hop through here and then over to this door right here. If you get to this terminal and you try to access it and it says Wes Tek Research Wing access code needed for terminal, that means you're going to need to at least access the miscellaneous quest, Learn the Secrets of Wes Tek. And don't worry, you probably picked this quest up as soon as you walked in the door. I'm also going to include a link in the description for a how-to video on Learn the Secrets of Wes Tek if you'd like to view that. But you really don't have to deviate from this video. If you look down there on your compass and just follow your compass around, it'll take you to 2 or 3 locations, and that's pretty much going to be it. And then you'll be able to access this research wing. If you can access the terminal from this point, go ahead and access it, tell it to open the door and proceed inside. Just inside the door, you're going to see the elevator for FEV Production. Go ahead and access the elevator and select FEV Production Facility and head on down. Hey, and if I haven't already said this, at this point you've probably run into at least a few super mutants. As you get down here, you're going to actually deal with Hellcat Mercenaries, and there's probably 5 to 7 of them. You're going to want to make sure that you dispatch all of them before the next portion of the quest will proceed forward. After you've cleared all the Hellcat Mercenaries out, at this point you're going to start hearing voices in the distance. It's going to be Palladin Ramani and Knight Shin as well as Dr. Blackburn. At this point, you can take advantage of speaking to Dr. Blackburn and get kind of an understanding of what they were doing down here. You can also express your lack of trust with Dr. Blackburn at this point too. After you get done speaking to Dr. Blackburn, you're going to be tasked to go downstairs and speak with his associates. When you get downstairs, you'll find 3 scientists on the other side of some glass. It's also protected by a laser grid barrier. In your conversation, Dr. Blackburn will promise to you that he will disable the FEV virus if you just let him get on the other side of the glass. At this point, it looks like everybody's come to an impasse and you have to let Blackburn get on the other side of the glass with his other associates. Once on the other side of the glass, Blackburn tells his associates that they're going to go ahead and proceed with the FEV. Blackburn is eager to show everyone that he's produced the perfect specimen. It's at this point that Palladin Ramani and Knight Shin tell you we've got to do something about it. And your quest will update and it'll tell you to drop through the hatch. At this point, you're going to want to drop down through the hatch. I thought about just closing the hatch up and just going home and having a beer, but I guess I'm going to need to complete this mission. When you get down on the bottom floor, you'll hear Dr. Blackburn going through some stuff, and eventually you'll hear, oh no! That's when you'll see Dr. Blackburn turn into a super mutant. It looks like a super mutant behemoth. Hey, and I just want to add, where did this sword come from? It just magically appeared here. For lower level players and those that weren't equipped for the fight, Knight Shin and Palladin Ramani will help you out. Dr. Blackburn, the super mutant behemoth, the one with a sword in his hand, is also going to be tossing acid at you too. Once Dr. Blackburn is down, you want to gain access to the scientist viewing chamber. When you head on over to the door, just want to stop right here and point out this terminal. This is really the only shot I've got of the terminal. If you go up to the intercom and start talking to the scientists and fail on your skill check options, the only thing that'll be left to do is to hack that terminal, which is a level 0. It doesn't even require any perk cards to be equipped, but I still wanted to point it out just in case somebody passed it up. When you open the door, you want to head up and speak to Dr. Farah. Delving deep into the dialogue tree, you'll eventually come to the point where you'll need to talk to all the scientists there. Now, the optional to speak to the other scientists and to speak to Palladin Ramani and Knight Shin are just that, optional. I first spoke with Nell Wright just to make sure she didn't have anything to say, and she seemed pretty interesting and kind of funny. Jane, the other scientist, seemed very interesting as well, very true to his work. Moving over to Palladin Ramani and Knight Shin, they're always at conflict with one another, and when you speak to them, you kind of get an idea on which direction you're going to choose at the end of this questline, because you're going to have to choose a side. Whether you decided to do the optional dialogue or not, you'll go back to Farah and decide if you'll choose Palladin Ramani or Knight Shin's choices to deal with them. For Palladin Ramani, the choice is to bring the scientists back to the fort and basically reprogram them so that the Brotherhood of Steel can take advantage of what they know. On the other hand, Knight Shin just wants to execute them. On the 11th hour, I decided to go ahead and go with Palladin Ramani's choice, which was to spare the lives of the scientists. Before anyone says I made the right or wrong decision here, I just want you to know I'm not really a Brotherhood of Steel fan in the first place. Deciding to spare the 3 scientists allows me to have more interaction with NPCs later on. And of course, Knight Shin is not happy about your decision and ends up leaving. I actually did this quest on another character and chose Knight Shin. The differences are very, very small. You end up actually having to kill the scientists, or you can have Knight Shin kill them for you. Ultimately, the rewards are still the same. And once you've made a decision here, you're going to meet back up at Fort Atlas with whomever you decided to go with. All the formalities here are going to be almost identical to one another, including the things that people say. When you complete this quest, you're going to get the Hellcat Power Armor and the Hellcat Power Armor plans to learn. When you try to place the Hellcat Power Armor, you want to make sure that you learn the plans before you place it, otherwise it'll look like you're just placing an empty Power Armor frame. And that is it for the Catalyst in Fallout 76's Steel Rain Brotherhood of Steel questline. So who did you side with the Brotherhood of Steel? Palladin Ramani or Knight Shin? If this walkthrough was any help to you, please give it a thumbs up. If you're stuck somewhere, leave us a comment down below. I or someone else might be able to assist you. I'd like to tell all you Vault Dwellers, thank you for supporting this channel, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
She landed. I just jumped on top of this thing and she landed right there with me. What is it doing?